So anyway, Games Workshop are fucking greedy, and we shouldn't give them any money at all whatsoever, ever.
Yeah, no, I can't think of any. I can't think of any other reason why they would do that with the guard, other than forcing people to buy new models.
Wheezy, you're coming in through your headsets and your mics.
Am I really?
Yes, there is an echo about 2 or 3 seconds delay.
That's weird. Pug, do you hear an echo?
I hear my voice echoing.
Huh. All right. Wonder if
Yes,
my
it's coming from you, Wheezy. It's coming from you.
yeah. I'm just trying to figure out where it's coming from, unless my sensitivity is to. Oh, it might be that. Is that better?
Yeah.
Testing.
Yeah, the
I'm still
echo is
getting
still there.
It's still there.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? How about now?
it. Testing a
I
little
st-
bit.
yeah, I still hear it.
What is going on? Okay, I wonder. Hold on. Let me try. How's that? Is that better?
Testing.
Oh, it's coming through. Nothing changed.
Yeah. Now I'm hearing Metro.
That doesn't make any sense. I just pushed the mic further away from me.
Um.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. We're gonna figure this out. It might be my
Live
hat. Maybe my hat is amplifying the.
troubleshooting live on air.
How about now? Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Testing.
it's still
I'm
there.
still hearing the.
What the fuck?
Let me check something here real quick. Um. Okay. No, it shouldn't be me because the only thing on my end that I can think of that it might be is my earbuds are low battery, but they're not.
Yeah, I don't know. Because everything sounds normal on my end, so I'm trying to think of. Maybe the volume's too loud. I don't know. Is
Well,
that
something
better?
is picking up what we are saying. No, it
Oh,
doesn't seem like that.
is it better?
Yeah, I don't
Let me
hear
see.
myself.
Yeah,
Huh.
I'm not hearing my stuff now either.
Weird. All I did was turn it down like a click on my volume.
Huh.
Troubleshooting
Sometimes
live on air. This
sometimes
is
it's a
the,
simple shit.
now put back the husky hat on.
Yeah, I'm putting my hat back on. The hat wasn't the problem.
Uh,
Ah, there we go. There. So what's up, guys? Long time.
uh, my legs hurt.
That's because you're old.
I'm just
Oh
laughing at the
no.
people.
What people? There's a lot of stuff going on to laugh at right now.
I mean, the
Oh yeah.
people who are streaming and constantly putting their foot in their mouth.
Oh,
Bobo.
oh. Well, that okay. In Bo's defense, right? So Bo made a really good video about female custodies, why people don't want them, and the fact that they may be retconned, right? But he wasn't the only one that jumped on that. Let's be honest here. Everybody and their mom saw an opportunity to go, oh, they're gone. And I was just like, nope, there's no way. There's no way GW is going to walk back something that is going to basically set shit on fire, right? Because if they had turned around and said, okay, we were wrong, female custodies aren't a thing anymore, sorry, then you would have the other half of the fan base fucking kicking and screaming and throwing a fit.
What fan base?
Oh, sorry, the consumers.
Yes.
Because that's all it is at this point. They don't give a shit what GW does or what GW puts out or how they put it out or what they say. They're just like buy, 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 buy. What?
Yes, they're just seals clapping to the sound of the
Yeah,
music.
I I was about to say something very similar. You know, they clap like seals whenever GW does something that aligns with their ideology.
I
Yeah,
mean, let's be honest, they clap like seals when GW shits on the plate and feeds it to them. Because look at the Krieg release, that's a pile of shit
yeah.
showered
That,
into onto the gamers.
that box set is
Hey,
garbage.
to their credit, they really like peanuts and corn.
The box set was crap. Like, I was looking back. I think in
The Cortex was
December.
was a bigger pile of crap with the Day Zero errata. So
Well, yeah, but there's
Oh,
no QC. There's no cohesion between departments. There's no. I don't even know who's fucking in charge over there. I mean, is it just like these people butt heads and then whoever wins the shouting match wins whatever?
I mean,
um,
just I think you should look at Amazon's media department to get a picture of how things are going at GW.
I mean,
Multiple small departments competing with one another, trying to fuck over one another to get ahead for Big Daddy Bezos. And I think the same goes on by GW. The the rules writing teams, have no QC. They are not communicating with each other. The lore team just makes shit up without consulting with the manufacturing department, the rules writing department, and that's just a free for all.
and that makes a lot of sense because that's how Wizards of the Coast has been for years now with Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, just look at the Deathwatch situation. They squatted the army, then when the competitive players throw a shit fit, brought them back with an errata. While there were kits actively being sold and manufactured. So, that's just a whole new level of stupid from Nottingham, and GW was and will always be the biggest hurdle for Warhammer, and it hasn't changed. No matter who sits at who is the CEO, be it Tim Kirby or Roundtree or what the fuck ever comes next.
I honestly think if anything could be considered to be in charge at GW, it's the legal department, and they don't give a shit about what anybody else does as long as they toe that legality line.
I mean, just look at the naming departments. The Primaris Space Marines, that's a copyright name. That's a copyrightable design. And not just a general name of Space Marine that was around since the 50s. Just look at the design of the Wotan. It's Space Wolf, but distinctly Warhammer. Or how they renamed the fantasy races. It's not elves, it's elves. It's not Eldar, it's Ueldari. It's retarded legalese speak. So that they have a solid case of copyright material after they have been laughed out and thrown out of the court when they tried to copyright the Omega symbol from the Greek alphabet, the Warhammer as a word and as a weapon, and all the other things.
yeah.
Yeah, that's just like years and years ago. I don't know if either of you remember this, but
The chapter has
Mojang, the Mojang tried. They were coming up with a new game,
Oh yes.
after the success of Minecraft, and um, they tried copywriting the word scrolls.
Hi.
Cat would
I
like
heard
to know,
kitty.
why did you skin one of the huskies?
He does not like the hat. He's terrified of the hat. I was chasing him around the house with it the other day. He does not like it.
Well, up this time there were two retarded dogs in the house. Now there is a third one, and it's bigger than the other two. So what the fuck?
Well, that's just it. Like I told y'all, as soon as I took it out of the package, I had it out of the package for maybe 5 seconds, and Luna, the derpy husky, just comes running up and just snatches it out of my hand and takes off with it. Like, no warning, no nothing. Just yoink, gone. Hadn't even put it on yet. See, now here's the other one. Now the other one. I don't know what it is about this stupid hat. Oh, he's in the box now. I'm telling you, Pug might be right. He might be autistic.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, just
So outside of
yeah.
the...
Every time.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, every time I see a picture of that dog of yours, I just can't help but to crack up. Just the expressions on her face.
She's so fat. She's got like 8 chins.
No, it's her face.
Oh,
It's
that
her
too.
face. The expressions she gets is hilarious.
No, you should see her when she's mad. This is the only dog I've ever owned that can actually glare at you judgingly.
When she starts talking back in Italian, that's when you know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You messed up.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell he's doing back there. Yeah, there's been so much stuff going on with everything, you know, and I miss the days when we actually talked about 40K, that it was all at least semi-positive, you know what I mean? Like, at least we all still had a little inkling of interest in what GW was doing, and it feels like as long as I've known you guys, that has just disappeared.
Well, I mean, there is nothing to be excited about, nothing to be interested about.
They haven't done anything.
Precisely, that is just the same shit they are doing constantly. The current edition is the home of the power creep, the tournament players, and the turbo normies, migrating from army to army. That is the flavor of the month. And
Oh, I'm familiar with that cycle.
so long as the people don't accept that there is no perfect balance in a game, and this should be fun and narrative and not fucking competitive.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
the people accept it, that this is fun to play and not chess, the shit show is going to continue.
Well, I
And
mean,
also, in my opinion, Warhammer is best played not when you play it competitively, but when you play it narratively. And that is why I always go back to 4th and 5th edition. Because there were narrative supplements. City Fight, Planetfall, Apocalypse. You are not going to balance the game at 3,000 points per player minimum in Apocalypse. Because people are just going to throw a bucket load of dice and something is going to blow up. You can try to balance it to, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, 1,750 points, but then it will be unbalanced on any other margin. And that is what people forget, that they want the perfect system, the perfect rules, the perfect balance.
There's
between armies, but there is none.
if you want that, play chess.
Well, not only that, and it's something that Swanee noticed today is the fact that all they've been doing is kicking out, special limited editions of shit that they've already written, just non-stop. They're just spitting it out every fucking week,
Yes.
every other
Yes.
week, because the writing isn't what it used to be. Like
No, the writing is shit.
it's
We
not
can
even
say that.
close to what it used to be. And yeah, you're right. The writing is shit. Now every once in a while you get a couple decent novels that come out, but they haven't done anything on the scale of the Horus Heresy. They haven't even done anything on the
never
scale
going-
of the Beast Arises, and that wasn't even good. So
They are never going to top the Horus Heresy, because that was a success despite GW, despite the story group, despite Aaron Dembski-Bowden fucking up and being a stupid idiot all the time, and the fucking chaos fanboy writing Imperium.
well, not only that, look at even Warhammer Fantasy back when those novels first started popping up over here in the States. Gotrek and Felix, Malice Darkblade, all of that shit was fucking grimdark as hell. It was so good.
Don't forget Genevieve.
Genevieve too. Yep. Those were the first books that I ever read that were even, Warhammer related. Was Troll Slayer and Darkblade.
Mm-hmm.
And the writing by William King in those books is fucking fantastic. Were the Gotrek and Felix novels.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't recreate it. They can't.
Yes,
With the current stable of writers that they have, they can't get it back.
Okay, I didn't want to name names, but now I have to. I spent the holidays fighting with the
The Germans?
Karskin novel. No, not the
Oh.
Germans. The Karskin novel by Eduardo Albert. And I have to say, when something is not working, you shouldn't force it because it's going to come out as shit.
No.
And it's clear that, unfortunately, Albert doesn't have the chops and doesn't have the chops to write a good Warhammer novel. Maybe he's a good essayist, maybe he's a good novelist in other fields, but for Warhammer, it's not working. Silent Hunter was shit. The Karskin was or Karskin or whatever is shit, but another other taste of shit.
Yeah,
I mean, just to recap: 10 elite Kasserkin, plus a captain, plus a commissar. That is the son of the Lord Militant that is overseeing the whole prosecution of a crusade in the sector, are going on a merry little adventure on a desert planet into an unmapped desert to rescue a general that is lost. He wants you to care about the individual guardsmen, but they don't have enough screen time and they don't have enough personality to be anything other than fillers. And when somebody gets a little more screen time, you know that he's going to bite the dust by the end of the chapter. That's one. That's the trope that a commissar is the son of the Lord Militant is just... I mean, the story point is just retarded and doesn't add anything to the story. And also, I think if any of you read any Warhammer 40k fiction that primarily focuses on Guard, you'd know that that's not something that the Guard looks fondly upon. These hereditary relations in the same theater. they usually blow them up and post the parties in different theaters just to avoid this kind of situation.
Well, one book that surprised me because I just re-listened to it. I've read it multiple times. Is Storm of Iron. Storm of Iron, despite being a Iron Warriors novel, does a really good job of showing the perspective from the Guard.
Mm-hmm.
That's under siege.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I don't understand why we can't get that back. And I got up because I was trying to look. That's the same thing with like Lords of Silence. That's another book that's straight from the Chaos perspective. That's actually well written, where they're the bad guys, but you still want to keep reading because the book is pure Death Guard aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
you're reading about the Death Guard. That's how the Death Guard would behave. It's just Death Guard. Same thing with Storm of Iron. You're like, yep, that's Iron Warriors, and
Well, that's because that's Graham McNeil at his prime, and also Chris Wright.
yeah.
And there is a reason that Graham McNeil is past his prime, and there is a reason that you see less and less Chris Wright.
Why would you say that? Like what? Just say it, because I don't know what you're talking about. Or rather, I don't know what you're...
I think Chris Wright. How can I say it? I haven't seen any new announcements about books that Chris Wright is writing for Warhammer or the Black Library, and I think there is a distinct possibility that he moved on to different pastures. But
Yeah. I feel like a majority of the people that they've been propping up in their stable have been basically the wrong people.
I mean, Noah Guyen, Danny Ware, and who else? I don't know. I don't keep track of the new blood because honestly,
Well, you got Mark Collins, you've got Justin Hill. Those are the other two.
I just think honestly they are not it. They are not it. They are just copying copies of Ian Watson's work, looking through a looking glass from 10 miles away, and this is the result.
To be fair, I actually like the Minka Les novels, but that's just me. Why? What do I know? I'm a chud. I hate women.
The problem with the Minkless novel is the setting itself. Because Cadia fucking died. Let the Cadian regiments die with it and come up something new. And don't just try to do the member berries thing. Because what are the fucking Minkalangs novels about? Not the bitch, but that, oh, we found more Cadians or Cadian relics or Cadian shit. Who the fuck cares about Cadia? Cadia is dead.
I do. I like Cadians.
Yes, I like Cadia also. That's why I'm staying in the 5th edition timeline.
Metro's living in the past when Cadia still stood.
Yes, and when faggot Primarchs didn't came back from the dead by Deus Ex Belisarius Call. Because it's fucking stupid.
Look,
Oh.
that's...
And
I think that's
also
why...
this...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that, you're not wrong, because they had all these Guard factions that they have the opportunity to focus on, and they just never do. I mean, occasionally we get some focus on Catachans, if we're lucky. Maybe. It's either Cadians, Krieg. Cadians, Krieg.
No, it's just Cadians. The Krieg were a rerun of Steve Lyon's book and Slapdash retelling, Slapdash and shit retelling of the Siege of Rax.
Yeah.
And that's all. So I wouldn't class that as focus on the Krieg regiments. I class that as FOMO and money grabbing.
Well, even with the minis, too. That's all you see is
Oh yeah.
Cadia, Krieg. Cadia, Krieg.
I mean, there is so much more to do with this fucking game, with this fucking universe. I mean, just think about the god. Talar, Salvar, Harakoni, Katachan,
Vostroyans.
Valhallans, Vostroyans. I mean, the Vostroyans were a fan favorite and they were introduced in the Medusa 5 campaign. What else?
Steel Legion.
I don't know. Steel Legion, yes.
I-
There are countless regiments, and you should have been able to tailor the guard as you saw fit. Create a mechanized army, create a horde army, create a siege army, create an artillery army.
Jungle Ninja Army.
Yes, and the kits should have been there, either made to order or in small quantities, but constantly supplied and rotated in and out of production.
Well,
But
see,
it's not hard to do. Not hard to.
well, they couldn't do it. They tried to do that with the Forge World shit, and they couldn't do it. And I don't understand why.
Forge World was a boutique high-end brand. I mean,
Yeah, but that's
GW
where all the obscure shit was Forge World.
yes, but this is not obscure shit. I mean, the siege regiments were obscure shit. But I remember when, for the siege regiments, they made trenches. So you can build your terrain with encampments, with dug-in positions for your Krieg army. That was what Forge World was about, not different kinds of guards readily available in the lore, but GW is too stupid and too retarded to produce them. Because if you remember in 3rd edition, and before, yes, in 3rd edition, there were Valhallans, Katachans, Talan, Cadian. There were a lot of god shit. There were the Praetorians.
You know, it just occurred to me why that is, and I don't know why I've never thought about this until now. Is that the reason for that is because your average 40K player doesn't know. So you might get snippets in the codex, right? Because you're like, oh, you need the codex to play the game. But a lot of those people aren't going to go deeper into the novels and all that shit like we have. And that, it just, I don't know why it just popped into my head that that's the case. Because look at a certain somebody that didn't even know what the Horus Heresy was. Right? And I feel like that type of customer is far more prominent than I care to admit.
I mean, that's what you get when you go mainstream.
Yeah.
You bring in the normies that have not a fucking idea what they are talking about, but they are ready to spend money.
Yeah.
Not much money,
and that's
because this shit is expensive, but enough money to pipe up on the internet and pretend to know what they are talking about.
Yep. And I think, Pug, you've probably seen that too, especially with like BattleTech. Once BattleTech started to take off a little bit.
Not really. BattleTech is kind of a unique creature because, unlike Warhammer, the rules have not substantively changed ever since way back in like 1984 or 85. The game was called Battle Droids.
Well, I'm more talking about the new quote-unquote fan base coming in. And then that's where you see shit like what happened with Catalyst.
That's what I'm getting at is, because those rules haven't changed really at all. There was a time about 10 years or so when Battletech had no holder of the IP. The franchise was as far as any sane metric went, was dead. And um, and then Catalyst picked it up and began promptly fucking everything up. And everybody's just like, you know what? The fan base kept this franchise alive, and so we could just tell them to go fuck themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and we just keep playing the game, and it won't change. So, and most people just ignore Catalyst and these consumer fans and shit like that.
See,
So,
I don't see that ever happening with
it's
40K. Like it just won't.
I don't think it can, because Games Workshop has kind of taken has kind of taken a very similar stance with its game rules and whatnot as Wizards of the Coast has with Magic, and that they keep coming out with new stuff, with Warhammer. It's new additions and rules changes, whereas with Magic, it's new sets and power creep. With each new set and stuff like that, and they're trying to appeal to a competitive base where that's never really been a thing with Battletech. It's just you throw big stompy robots on a table and try to blow each other up.
Well, not only that, I see James Workshop. I see GW wanting to. You can tell that they want to be like Star Wars, right? Like they're pushing.
Yeah.
For TV shows. Oh wait, movies. Oh, we need this. We need we need everybody to know about this thing so we can make more money.
How has that worked for Disney?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, should I trigger a lot of people?
Go for it.
The Warhammer Secret Level episode was shit.
Yeah, it was mid. Sorry.
It was 1 minute 47 second. That fight scene against the cultist, that was okay. But the rest of the episode, it was shit.
Look, I said the same thing about that latest, whatchamacallit, Flash Gets, the fucking Space King shit. And I was like, I don't, like you said, it suffers from sequel syndrome or whatever, but...
Sequelitis, yes.
Yeah, sequelitis. And I was like,
yes.
It's just, about halfway through it, I got bored. I was like, this is overly long. They're making too many of the same jokes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It just didn't have the funny that the first one did. Just my opinion.
Honestly, the funniest joke came toward the end, and I actually cracked up pretty good at it. Was that joke with the mace toward the end?
Yeah.
Yes, that was
funny. But again, they could have condensed
I didn't know
it.
I was looking at that.
They could have condensed it, and it would have been perfect.
But coming back to Warhammer and GW, I think we are already in that situation where there are two sides of the fan base, and one of them is sticking with the current edition, and the other one is looking for something else.
Yeah.
Some stability, some sense of stability, some sense of accomplishment that, okay, I have an army and it's not going to vanish into the Legends archives by the next Codex release, by the next Errata cycle, and I can play it with my friends. We are I think already there.
Yeah.
Just not enough people are voicing this. And also the company is focusing, or the company is hard focused on that particular aspect of the fandom that goes into these competitive events.
Well, they only listen to the loudest, most annoying people, not the ones that are like, hey, we will give you money, just put out something worth the money, you know?
Because those
Yeah.
people, even though they are the majority of the fan base, I think, they just walk away when there is nothing worthwhile to buy.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I mean, I think that's what a lot of old heads did. And yes, we can parade around the financial report from GW about soaring sales and whatnot. But we have to also remember that everything is a FOMO release. Everything is a limited release. And when everything is limited, nothing is limited.
Yep.
And people burn out of FOMO.
Yeah, it took me,
And
what, a year or two before I was finally done buying every single book release because I realized what they were doing.
yes, it is going to go the way of the Beanie Babies and the Funko Pops, because it's in a short time it's going to stop being the novel item to get. It's going to stop being the trendy thing to collect, the trendy thing to put on your bio, to put to post pictures of.
Yeah. Yeah, and I already see that happening with some of these people that I disagree with. You know, anytime there's some sort of big new tabletop game, they immediately pounce on it, right? And the question is, how many of those people are just going to completely disregard Warhammer in general once they find this, as you'd put it, this new trendy thing that they sink all their time into, or at least so that they say they do. You know, we saw it happen with that Gundam announcement.
Yeah, and then they promptly forgot about it.
Yeah. And then some people have already done that with Trench Crusade. Or, sorry, Ditch Jihad.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm... Like everybody else, I would be happy if those people moved on. Because then maybe things can start to go back to normal, right? Maybe. Possibly.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be the next thing, the next thing, the next thing.
Unfortunately, things were never normal. And things were never normal since GW
Went public.
went public.
Yep.
Went public, yes.
Yeah, they have to, legally, they have to chase the dollar to satisfy their investors.
Yes. That's why they didn't upgrade their manufacturing. They didn't get bigger capacity machines. They didn't get more machines to manufacture. They churned the same old machines they had.
Dude, they're still out of shit that they just released.
Yes. Because it's
I even
normal.
checked. I was like, oh, I need this. And it was like, nope, out of stock. And it wasn't even something like major.
Yes, because what they do is they have limited capacity in the machines, but they have a fuckload of dies. So they think, okay, changing a die costs this much time and this much money. So we are going to put this die in, make 200,000 units, sprues, and then put it into inventory, and then we think it's going to last for us about 6 months. So we schedule these dies to get back in to 1 year, in 1 year or half a year or whatever, and they run out earlier than expected, and then shit is out of stock or temporarily out of stock or goes into Legends because they can't be asked to get more machines to manufacture and supply.
Not making minis, but making butter tubs. Yeah, I know how all that shit works with injection molding. I
Hmm.
about 25 years ago, I worked in a factory, so
Hmm.
and yeah, it does take time to change those molds.
Hmm.
So, um,
And
and if something gets clogged, it's a massive pain in the ass to clean it out.
mhm.
So,
Yes, and look at the release schedule. More armies, more kits, more releases.
uh,
They are choking in dies while not having inventory.
Yep.
They basically they basically guided themselves into a corner.
yeah, I mean, again, I bring up Wizards of the Coast because they've done the same thing with Magic. They're going, there's this product, there's this product, there's this product, there's this product, and customers are suffering product burnout because it's like, okay, I want this, I want this, I want this, but I don't have the money for it.
Mm-hmm.
And Magic is, as far as like buying packs and stuff, considerably cheaper than Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
And Games Workshop is starting to do the same thing, and I think they're going to fall into the trap even faster.
Well, I
Yes, I
think
mean just look back at the editions. The lifespan of an edition was about 4 to 5 years, then 4 years, then 3 years, and there is already talk of, I don't know, Horus Heresy Edition 3 and the next edition of Warhammer 40k. Because the balance is so shit, the rules are so shit, and they need to start again from scratch. Because they are shit at writing rules.
well, like we've already said, I think there's less focus on quality and more focus on profit at this point. And
Yeah,
you know,
they're
it was oddballs. Yes, I think yesterday or the day before that brought up what was it? Warlord games, Pike and Shot and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at some of those box sets, which I got one myself, the Samurai one, dude, it is chock full of fucking sprues, like stacked this deep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole ass army. You never have to buy another one. Boom, done. For
Mm-hmm.
still less than what they're charging for the Krieg box. Same thing with my Japanese shit. Y'all know. I got
yeah,
actual historical shit for less than a Krieg box.
Yes, or you can look at, for example, Infinity. Every 2 years they had an introductory box with 2 factions and some terrain and some easy to learn rules, and it costs about, I don't know, 140, 150 euros.
Yeah, that's about how much
And
that box set that I got, the Samurai one, was about 140.
and there is limited edition minis included also, and so and so and so and so. And these figures are made of metal, are high quality.
Oh,
I'd say better quality than GW by a long shot. Even their injection molded thermoplastic is better quality than what GW produces. Even though it's a difficult material to work with. And it costs less than the plastic shit from Kill Team.
I mean, again, it doesn't surprise me. Like
And if you really jump into Infinity, it costs less, way less, than any Warhammer army you can jump into. And it's still worth the money, worth the time investment, and also a better game.
well, that's why it irks me, right? Some of these YouTubers, and I'm looking at you, Valrak. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not talking about Valrak. Just want to see if that gets something. But No. The ones that'll sit there and just constantly, soy face out over the newest releases over and over and over and over and over again, and it to the point where it just feels hollow, and you're like, what? There's not, like we said before, there's nothing to be excited about. You're just
just look at
trying
the
to
fucking
pull the
Krieg
consumer
release.
audience. Yeah.
Just look at the fucking
Yeah,
Krieg release. They put in an HQ choice that should be effectively just a unit attachment. That's a special character, a special sergeant, for example, or special commissar. Put in 10 Death Riders that were never the main flavor and focus of the army. They were fast attack choice, a filler, a flanker, and nothing more. And 5 engineers. 5 engineers with shittier looking shotguns than the hand sculpted ones from 20 years ago, or more. And for a siege army, this army set should have been one full infantry platoon with the heavy weapons and the fucking siege battery. Then the price tag would have been justified. When you have 55 small base minis plus weapon teams plus a basilisk or a Medusa with the appropriate weapon crew.
What was the
That
last?
would have been.
What was the last combat patrol that they put out? Do you know?
I don't. I mean, I stopped paying attention to GW releases because they're shit.
I just want to make a comparison here.
I was going to say something on prices and how GW's prices are just abysmal. So even going by Catalyst inflated prices, I have a mech battalion, which in BattleTech is an absolutely enormous force. It's 40 minis, and this is in lore. This is probably one of the largest forces anybody would ever field on a single campaign on a planet. Okay, it's 40 battle mechs. Most games, most engagements are far less than that. And that enormous army, going by Catalyst prices, would be about $240 to $260.
Okay, I know my screen probably keeps freezing up because I wanted to compare. So if we look at the current Sororitas Combat Patrol, right? It's $168 USD with 20, how many minis? 28? 28. 27, sorry.
Jesus, that shit.
And is this the one? I'm trying to find the one that I got my wife back in the day.
Oh, the reintroduction box from 8th edition, end of 8th edition.
Yes. I think. It could be.
I know because I got that. That was my one attempt at getting back into current Warhammer. And then I learned that, okay, I just bought it, and then 9th edition and the beautiful codex was thrown the fuck out. So, yeah.
Found it. See all buying options. That one's 175, but I think I paid like 140 for it in 2022.
Yeah.
which was still 27 minis, right? But look at the comparison. They are fucking you. They're fucking you. They're fucking all of you.
I mean, there wasn't
People
Rhino
want-
in it, but yes.
And people wonder why 3D printing is so popular.
But that box was $140.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're charging more. And look
For
at what you
less.
get.
But people are clapping like retarded seers because it got the Warhammer logo, that pussified logo. That's New Hammer.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
New Hammer is exactly the type of people that we were talking about that are just going to move on to something else when it stops being fucking trendy or cool or whatever. Something they can latch onto and try to fucking change to something that is completely unrecognizable. And, you know, it makes me fucking sick that some of these writers are going along with it. Looking at you, Mike Brooks.
Mike Brooks is just a faggot.
and not as bad as Brian Young.
I mean, Mike Brooks is just an aged out punk trying to be cool.
I'm just saying, they need more U.S. writers that are not 50-year-old dudes with a mohawk. Just saying. Or however old he is. He's old as dirt now.
Well, he's you are right. He's in his 40s, 50s. But it doesn't matter because the writers are middle class English people with their middle class English sensibilities and their middle class English repressed homosexuality. They're going to be retarded faggots no matter what.
God damn it. I feel like you're trying to. I feel like you're trying to say that as much as possible before I get fucking yeeted off YouTube.
No, I'm just thinking on your monetization and and taking an axe to it.
I could have been remonetized back in October. I still haven't tried. I'm not even gonna bother. I'll just make a Ko-fi or coffee, whatever the fuck. Just like all the other left tubers, so that people can give me money.
Well, there's another option too. You can always go stream on Kick.
Fuck that. Hell no. I'd rather take my chances with Twitch.
Well, you can always
Or you can start.
live stream when you crash, drugged out of your mind with in a supercar.
Yeah, in the rain.
Or you can start taking sponsorships from Honey.
Oh god, or what is it? Steak? Hey kids, you like gambling? Here.
Or you can try to sell land and Scottish titles.
Yeah. Or what's the latest one? Crypto, gold, or whatever.
Or gold, yes.
Or gold.
Yes, because gold is a solid investment.
Well, or you could go the ultimate money-making route. Just partner with Mr. Beast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or you can release a shitcoin and rock pool.
Yeah, we'll call it the
Hawk to a 2.
the Takhua. There we go. Takhua coin. Oh, Jesus. Oh, all right, that's enough GW bashing. I think we've already beat that horse to death. So
Yeah.
California's still on fire.
Yeah. It
I mean,
I
I
mean-
haven't looked at how bad it is still, but yeah, it's
I mean, Razor was Razor Fist is right, I think.
about what?
That the people voted for this.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
It is time they they face the consequences of their votes, and these consequences, the dildo of consequences rarely arrives lubed.
I think Pug knows it better than the rest of us based on where he's at, and that's no, in terms of the major cities voting for exactly what they're getting right now. People, places like Portland, places like Seattle. Now we got Los Angeles.
But the funny thing is, sorry, go ahead.
The problem is that bleeds over into, especially in like state level elections, that bleeds over into the rural areas too, who don't vote for that.
Yeah. Which wasn't it? It was Oregon, right? That part of the state wanted to merge with Idaho.
Yeah. God, what is it now? What is it up to now? It's something like 14 counties, including the county I live in, have all held referendum votes to join Idaho.
I'm just saying, if Trump follows through and decides to invade Greenland, I'm moving there, guys. That's where I'm going to be. Hat and everything.
Well, the Huskies are going to enjoy it. The cats less.
Oh,
yeah, the cats
shit.
not so much.
Yeah.
But I mean, if
Cats
you
like
have a
one.
warm enough fireplace and warm enough rugs, they will be fine. Just watch out for the shit in the box.
Hey, I'm just saying, as long as I can get a fiber connection, I'll be good.
That's what you get for working in IT, home office.
Dude, all I hear is shit crashing and fucking dogs barking. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't want to know.
I mean, that's useful for you, right?
Oh yeah, dude, y'all saw the fucking video of all the guns that people were firing off on Christmas or New Year's. Dude,
Yeah, I saw that.
It was bad. It was so bad.
In that video, I forget how many clips in that video. There was only one clip of a person practicing anything resembling gun safety.
Oh yeah, no, and even if they were, it was pure luck that they were.
Well, no, I think this one was deliberate. The guy took his pistol and he shot it at the ground. So
that's not as bad as firing a fucking AR, 2 inches above a house, the roof of a house,
yeah,
I mean, you expect gun safety from people who are shooting it into the air on New Year's Eve?
Not particularly, but then again,
no.
Then again, these people shouldn't breed. But here we are.
I was bitching to my wife earlier because I think the apartment complex that I live in has had a massive increase in people of the south of Mexico persuasion. And anytime they cook something or finish cooking something, they just fucking throw it out into the grass. So anytime I walk the dogs, I literally have to be watching the ground to make sure they just don't eat random shit that they've thrown out into just on the grass. You just and I came in and I was like, I really want to call ICE after the 20th and just fuck this place over because I'm tired of my dogs shitting their brains out because they ate something random that I didn't see.
My advice, aside from poop scooping after the dogs shit their brains out, have a little shovel with you and just fling these back when you see them.
I know exactly where it's coming from too, and that's the problem.
Then you have a target, so to say.
Excuse me.
Fling.
Yeah, I told her. I was like,
we did this with cat shit, with dog shit.
I told her, I was like, as a
To the
Mexican,
neighbor.
I have never had a desire to call ICE until now.
We did this with the neighbors, and after time, it stopped.
Dude, it's just
Just fling back.
I think Harris County, which Houston is Harris County. I think I saw something earlier, or at least the other day, that they're talking about that there's so many fucking evictions happening right now that they can't keep up with it. That the Houston courts can't keep up with the number of evictions that are being
Holy
put
shit.
through. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's insane. And the sad thing is, especially for people like me that live in an apartment, is that all these people that are actually working end up leaving, and the only people that are left are the ones that are, well, not or the ones, are the ones that, illegal or otherwise, that are being paid for by the government. So there's less people that give a shit about where they live, and more people that are just here because it's a place to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get out.
Oh yeah, and I would love to if the prices around here finally fucking pop. Because even all the houses that they are building, there's nobody buying up these $350,000 cookie cutter houses. There just aren't. And the people that are people that don't live here. Or didn't live here to begin with. You know what I mean? Like there's no
that's how much money you can earn from Uncle Sam just by crossing the border.
let's see. Dude, it's so bad. Yeah, here it is. 4 days ago.
Yeah.
A Harris County court had 800 eviction cases in one day.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
4 days ago, same thing from a different news outlet. Tenants wait in freezing temperatures as eviction backlog overwhelms Harris County. Like, that's...
Fuck.
It's... That's why I don't even bother trying to argue with these people that are like, no, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's been fine. No, it's not fucking fine. And if you think it's fine, then you're delusional.
I mean, everything is fine if you are making the statistics, because then you can pick and choose the data.
Well, yeah. You know, that's why I don't listen to these people like Destiny, right? That are sitting there just shilling for the government, knowing...
And sucking dick.
That too. Knowing that things aren't okay, but because it's their team, then it's like, oh, well, I have to play for this side. You know what I mean? And it's... I don't understand how people can do that and just put the blinders on and ignore what's in front of them.
I mean, I think the cocksucking blue-haired soycock and people like Chank's nephew, they aren't doing what you're saying, that they are betting for their team. They are that delusional that they think that this is normal, and this should be this is okay, and not just because it is their side doing it, but they believe it in their core, in their heart of hearts, that this is normal.
Well, that's why I don't understand how you can sit there and listen to somebody like that that's making all of their money by sitting in a chair all day and just reading chat, looking at the internet, talking to the audience, and just raking in money. Like,
And
why
having
is...
a dildo up their ass.
That too. But it's like, why is that the frame of reference? Why is that your source for how things are going on in the country from somebody that literally doesn't do anything?
Because that's confirmation bias. Because he says what his audience wants to hear, and he has an audience that believes what he says. It's
Oh, yeah.
It's audience capture both ways.
Yeah.
Delusional people listening to delusional people saying delusional things.
Yeah, and that's... Dude,
And
that's
these
why
people...
I lost. No, go ahead.
And these people, there were institutions for them back from the 90s and 80s, and they were called asylums.
Yeah,
Well,
thanks,
that's...
Reagan.
And they had padded rooms with relaxed jackets, and the problem was self-correcting, because these people weren't breathing in these institutions.
True. But, that's why I lost a lot of respect for these people that hate Trump so much that they're willing to side with the people that are making things objectively worse. You know what I mean? And...
You mean Connor?
No.
Well, I mean, Connor just earned a cock got bigger than anybody else because because his wife butted in to defend him. So
I'm not saying anything.
Wait, we still talking about Destiny?
No.
no, counter Connor. Drop the
not.
40k. Drop the conservative facade and just cock liberal.
Metro's choosing violence. I don't choose violence today. I'm too tired.
Well, I should be saying that I'm too tired, but I'm not afraid of not afraid of cocks.
Oh, why would you be?
Metro's gonna.
I mean,
get
he's
in
just
trouble.
going to sit
He
in
said
the
it.
cock
I
chair.
didn't say it. Metro said it. I didn't say anything. I just gave my opinion on people that side with blue-haired psychopaths. That's all I said.
I'm just saying, counter Connor, come at me, bitch.
But yeah, it's. I just don't understand that level of. You see what's in front of you, you hear what people are saying, and then you still side with the people that are living in their own little perfect bubble of, vote blue no matter who. It doesn't make sense to me. And if I saw the same thing coming from the right the other day with fucking what's his face, Benny Johnson bringing on Andrew Tate, making this cool little flyer because he had Andrew Tate in his audience, and then comes out the next day and goes, "Oh, Christ is king." It's like, no, man. The fuck out of here.
What, the Andrew Tate, the Muslim convert is going around saying Christ is king?
No, Benny Johnson wasn't. Benny Johnson's what?
Oh,
The right.
No, Benny
Destiny.
Benny Johnson is just fucking retard as well.
That's what I'm saying. I don't respect it from either side when it happens, and I wish more people were like that.
I mean,
But it's always, that's my favorite YouTuber, so therefore I need to defend everything that they do. And
I mean, there are too many retards and not enough bullets.
I said the same thing about fucking Dev the other day. Short fat otaku.
I mean, Short Fat Otaku just needs to enjoy the Canadian healthcare.
Well, I'm tired of people going with the I'm a centrist shtick when all of your politics align with one side. You know what I mean? Then you're not a centrist. Just say you're a liberal. Just say it. Just say you want to. I deal with your. Bleh, I can't even talk. Just say you're a fucking liberal. God damn it.
I mean, these people aren't liberal. These are shit libs.
Okay, they're not classic liberals. They're, as you put it, shit libs. Yes. And
these people are going to say the things they are saying so long as the check's clear. The same for the right. The same for the Benny Johnsons.
yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean, let's just state the facts. Tate is a fucking pimp. He knows... He doesn't know how to talk to women, how to handle women. He knows bitches. Because he's a pimp. And just because he says some fancy lines that Christ is king or some other shit, the right is sucking his dick because Andrew Tate has a big audience. Who gives a fuck that mentally man-childs and retarded idiots are looking up to a pimp?
It's the same thing with Fuentes.
Yeah,
Oh God, don't get me started on him.
But it's the same exact
glows,
thing.
Yeah, glows harder than, I don't know, Uranrod in a darkness. I don't know.
Yeah, see, and then people were like, "How come you never call it out on the right?" I do. I was like, these people they're all the same. They just believe different things.
I don't think they believe different things. I think they are the same people. They're just saying different things.
No, yeah. I mean, we saw that happen after the whole Israel-Palestine thing, where horseshoe theory stopped being horseshoe and just became a circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I always enjoy scrolling the Twitter timeline, and there is always somewhere someone retweeting some Hitler or Nazi apologia.
Oh, there's been so
From
much.
the left or from the right, and then I can guess. Okay, which one was it?
The worst
From
one
which
that
side?
the worst one that I saw was yesterday, and it was somebody like, "Oh, dogs recognize good people." And then it was just photos of Hitler with different dogs. And I was like, what the fuck is even happening?
That was probably a shit post.
Yeah, that's a shit post, but that's a funny shit post. But
Yes, it is.
I mean, that's the same. That's the same when you start with the N GIF.
Yeah.
And then let the internet do the rest. It's the very same shit post.
Oh.
And also the so good one that Your Honor, my client didn't know what the internet would do after he posted the end GIF. It's the very same.
Yeah, and the sad thing is that there was a time when I would say, "Oh yeah, I know for sure that that's a shit post," and now I'm just like, man, I don't even know anymore.
I mean, that's just a stupid generalizing statement that invites ridicule, I'd say.
No, but you had people agreeing with it. You had people that are like, "Oh, it's true." It just makes you wonder. I'm just asking questions, type shit. I'm like, God damn.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Oh, we're fucked. We're all fucked. Like, oh man.
Ostensibly, yes.
I just don't understand how things have gotten to this point in less than 4 years. In one presidential term, I have seen things that I never thought I would see in my lifetime.
Well, the Democrats were busy propping up a semi-corpse.
Again, Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah.
Yeah, minus the humor.
And that's why I was surprised that there were so many people that were talking about the fact that fucking Trump was sitting there at Jimmy Carter's funeral joking around with Obama and shit. Dude, you should have seen the outrage coming from everybody over the fact that Trump was talking to Obama. I was like, I mean, it makes sense. I kind of want to know what they were talking about, but it makes sense. You had all the worst people in the world there.
Or the co-posting that Mike Pence's wife didn't shake hands with Trump and Melania.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about Mike Pence's wife? Who gives a fuck about Mike Pence?
The only thing that I thought was funny was the fact that Kamala turns around while Trump is talking to him. And then as soon as she turns her head back around, she just makes this face like,
Sour grapes. Well, Kamala is a salty bitch when she's not filled with wine.
I mean, who's to say that they weren't drunk? I mean, you had Hillary there.
Well, Bill was fidgeting with his nose, so I think it was something else.
Yeah, you know.
Uh,
I guess
well,
in
given
the
what
long
was
run.
given what was going.
No, go ahead.
Uh huh. Oh, I was just gonna say, it wouldn't surprise me, given what was going on in Arkansas when Clinton was governor.
Yep. I was just gonna say I guess we'll find out in what 8 days.
But
Whatever's
listen,
gonna happen.
Jimmy Carter's funeral, it was a very good logistical endeavor, and they didn't switch Joe Biden with Jimmy Carter's corpse, so 5 stars.
I mean, they should have.
Because both of them look the same.
Yeah. It was just like the other day when they were doing that.
Right?
They were doing the press release or that press briefing in California where Biden was there, going over the wildfires, and like the whole time he was just standing there staring blankly at the screen.
Did he shit himself?
No, but he was like, "Oh, we'll take care of this." But some good news is I have a granddaughter, grandboy. Yeah, just had a great grandchild. It was like, bro, what does that have to do with the wildfires?
Okay, perhaps shuffle off.
Just out of nowhere.
Something to cheer the people up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you lost your house, but my kids popped up one more hungry mouth to feed with your tax dollars.
Well, we're ignoring the real question here. Did he sniff his granddaughter's hair too?
Maybe. We'll never
Well,
know.
if she just popped out, there is a distinct chance that she still doesn't have any hair. So, but give it time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not hopeful at this point. You have all these people. The only thing I'm going to do is that as soon as January 20th happens, I'm going to ask for a raise. That's the only surefire thing. Because I know at least my manager, my own company owner, is going to be happy. Be like, okay, now that Trump's in office, I need a raise. Everything's going to be okay. Trust me, bro.
Well, listen, Trump with one press release made Denmark increase its defense budget.
By what, $2?
No, by a significant amount compared to Denmark's yearly budget.
The funny thing was a number of Canadian fucking politicians that were coming out going, try and take over Canada. I dare you, you bastard. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, did you hear that? Hear about that one Canadian minister that wants to annex the west coast of the U.S.?
Which one?
I mean,
dude, I'm sorry.
I don't know her name.
I say let them have it and you move. Sorry.
Oh no, they have no idea what they're in for if they try it.
I mean, there was a proud tradition of if you wanted to commit war crimes, you just call the Canadians. But that was before the current regime. Let's just say that. So I think if 2 to 7 pissed up Americans showed up in Canada, they just waved the French flag.
I mean, Trudeau did resign. I mean, that's something I never thought would happen.
But he's still in power until his party chooses the successor.
Yeah.
And who knows how long that's going to take. And until his party chooses his successor, Parliament is in recess.
Yeah, it means they're not going to get anything done.
Yes.
I saw that all those bills that they had pending. Some of those bills were fucking stupid.
Well, that's Canada.
That's
I
why
mean,
I said,
that's what
like,
Canada became.
and going back to the whole YouTuber thing, that's why I said that I don't listen to a single fucking thing that Dev has to say. At all. Because, A, the guy doesn't live here. B, he wants to be lumped in with that progressive YouTuber crowd so fucking bad, he'll say anything to, get their attention.
Give it time and he will suck cock.
Yeah, if he hasn't already. He's already a self-admitted chaser. I mean, what's the next step from there? I mean,
You really want me to say this?
not really. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's already on that final rung of the ladder. Like, it's not that much of a leap.
Well, the next one is taking up the SY streaming. Well, pulling a destiny.
Dude, I thought it was funny last night that all these people were like, hey, what are you talking about with this whole Bo Blacks thing? And I was like, whoa, you don't want to know. Back when I used to actually follow commentary when I first started, like, doing this shit, I was like, oh, maybe I should get into the commentary community. And then the more and more that I started watching that type of content, I was like, this is the biggest mistake that anybody could make.
I mean, I think there is an ethical use for napalm. I'm just going to say it.
I'm
Leave
just
it
saying,
like that.
a lot of those people end up just completely crashing out. Like, they'll gain a
Yep.
fairly large audience at one point, and then they'll just fucking tank it. And
I mean, just look at Cocator.
yeah. And that's somebody that I actually used to like watching. That's as funny as it is now, it's still kind of depressing.
I mean, just think about that. He bought a $600,000 house or whatever, mortgaged it for $300,000, and lost it.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck is a crash out if not that?
I think one of the other law tuber dudes that I listened to said it best, and he was like, "Yeah, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial was the worst thing to ever happen to him, because that's where all that money came from, and it was just fucking flooding in day after day after day after day."
And the Johnny Depp Amber Heard.
That too. Which came first? Was it?
Johnny and Amber, and then Kyle.
So it was
Because
two.
he made his name with Johnny and Amber, he got the audience, and then came Kyle.
Yeah, he got two fucking, what do they call it? Gift horses? Just back to back.
And also, he was we can say, in some respect, he was the first.
Law tuber?
No, Lotuber to make it big.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Lotuber to
definitely.
make it entertaining. And worth your while sitting there listening to a dude ramble into a microphone about legalese and translating legalese into everyday English and make it entertaining. Because
while
in the
simultaneously
beginning,
being edgy.
he was entertaining and he was edgy, and I know that because I saw that also. But I checked out before the big tries, because that was, how to put it, the signs were there. Hindsight is 2020, but the signs were there.
He was also a Warhammer guy. Is
Yes.
was I say was because he hasn't talked about Warhammer.
You can
ever
say
since
was because he's now a Coke guy,
yeah.
and he's only a Coke guy.
But before he changed his background to all the alcohol and shit, he used to have all his fucking minis and Space Marine figures and all kinds. His bookshelf was
And
there.
the limit and the bookshelf was there. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Then came the booze. Then came the drugs.
And the sex cult, whatever you want to call it, or I can't remember what they're calling it. The
Polycule. And
Yeah, but-
before that, there was the swinging and our wife, Kyla, our wife.
yeah, but they had a name for
Yeah.
it, and I'm trying to think of what that name was.
What? Baldo.
No, not the Baldo. The name for his and what's his name, Aaron Imolte's.
Polycule.
Well, yeah, but they had their own special name for it, and I can't think of what it is. It was something stupid.
I mean, before that, there were the swing camps in Jamaica. So,
Yeah,
and the bottles up the ass.
Oh god, that picture was
Yes.
hilarious.
Yes, or those god awful tattoos of Kyla. Oh shit. I mean, nothing is worse than a beautiful woman with some shitty tattoo. Because you got a gift from the creator, from God, from evolution, and you chose to fuck it up. Stupid bitch.
sorry. I just saw something that confused me.
What, the Hollywood sign burned down completely?
No, not yet. No, I was talking about
Again?
for some reason, I had an ad for Starforged, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder what they've actually done." New. And then this was in there. They're apparently giving out a pin if you buy shit. But I was looking at the price, and I was like, "Jesus fucking Christ! Their prices are already outrageous."
What the
They don't want people adding it.
1,000?
Yeah, they don't want people adding it to their cart unless they have this discount code or whatever.
Yeah. Gotta love that discount code scam bullshit.
Dude, I will never. Y'all know me. I love Starforged stuff. I will never buy another gold product from them again. Because all their gold, and they double, triple the price if it's gold, is just fucking electroplated shit.
Yeah.
Like, I found that out real quick with my Dark Angels ring. When the gold actually peeled off of the base layer of metal. I was like,
Ooh.
okay, yeah, nah.
How badly do you have to fuck up electroplating? Jesus Christ.
Chinese company. Straight up Chinese company.
That explains it.
Yeah. And some of their stuff
So-
is really good.
So you are funding the CCP's expansion in the South China Sea. Shame on you, BZ. Shame on you.
Not anymore. I haven't bought anything from them in a long time.
But it was so good saying that. It made me feel more morally superior. Despite the fact that I would have bought some shit from Starforge as well. Had I had the money.
Yeah, well, now I don't have the money anymore, and I'd rather spend it on other things.
Well, you can sell it for $1,000 if you want, a piece,
I could.
because there will be people paying that much for that. Because you just have to put the label limited or out of print or out of production next to it.
I do have some that are out of production, though. Actually, I have more than a few that are out of production from them. Same thing. Dude, I've been seriously considering putting my LEs up for sale at this point.
Did you get your book from the friendly local game store?
What book?
I don't know, something you mentioned that it was already there for a month or two,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you haven't bothered to go and fetch it.
Yeah, I went and got it. And that was just, I think that was, the last one was
Excuse
Eidolon,
me.
was the last normal
Mm.
book that I got.
Mhm.
But I haven't bought a limited edition in 4 months, maybe 5 months. And the only one that I know for sure that I'm going to end up picking up is the last Dawn of Fire book, just so I have the whole set. I mean, I'll just sell it for a premium. Like, I don't think there's going to be a better time than now for me to offload those things. And there was a time where I didn't even want to get rid of them, but now it's like, hey, if I can quadruple my my money off of one book, fuck it. If somebody's willing to pay for it, okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Why not?
Well, I told y'all I was going to do it if Games Workshop kept fucking up. And right now,
they haven't stopped for a
they
long
haven't
time.
stopped.
I mean, I'm just happy that I have this really limited edition I have, and I bought them before they became a thing.
Oh, there's still a few that I'm not going to get rid of that I bought because I genuinely wanted them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still have the Horus Rising limited. And for a while there that one was dirt cheap. It was like 100 and something bucks for God knows how long. Now,
The full leather one.
the what one? Yeah, the leather one.
Oh, fuck you, Easy. That's a beaut.
Dude, you could buy them all day long not that long ago. Like people couldn't even get rid of them. And I don't understand why.
Well, because they haven't made a whole set of 54 books in that design, so
Thank God.
yeah.
Yeah, that would have impacted your wallet.
Huh.
I mean, getting those 54 books just in the very same format is going to impact your books and your wallet. Because they are going for stupid prices.
Oh, they are now? Dude, we have like a chain outlet here, right? Half price books.
Mm-hmm.
And not probably pre-pandemic, I could walk into one of those places and buy a hardcover for under 20 bucks from like the Horus Heresy or whatever. Now they have all their Warhammer shit locked behind a glass case thing. Like you have to ask somebody to get it out for you.
Mm-hmm.
And just stupid books like paperbacks that are 5-6 times more than what they should be. Which makes me wish I had bought more back in the day, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just what happens whenever a thing becomes a commodity, especially if it's something that really shouldn't be a commodity.
There's probably every single day that I see somebody trying to find the book that they want and then seeing the price and going, what the fuck? Is this real?
I mean, I'm just happy I got into collecting the books the time I got into. And I'm happy the books I've got. And I don't have to look for them now. Because Jesus fuck, buying all these books again, that's not going to happen.
Oh, these people are going to get bitch slapped.
Who?
I was trying to find prices for it right now, which the cheapest one that I saw for Horus Rising in that LE is 500 bucks.
Jeez.
And that's from somebody in the UK. There's one in Australia for like 700 Australian dollar dues.
So that's 350.
So, but this is what I was talking about. I was like, what the fuck is a royal edition? They just rebound it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's why the text is blurred out in the picture, because they're just rebinding it.
And they're trying to hide the fact.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're branding it as a reprint deluxe edition. Country or region of manufacturer? India.
Oh, the Jeets.
Oh yeah, okay. This is not a reprint. The original paperback or hardcover edition has been purchased directly from the authorized distributor or publisher. Yeah, okay.
So the Jeets are lying again.
Are you surprised?
I mean, after right-wing and left-wing quote posting, the Jeet quote posting is the funniest shit on Twitter/X.
Yeah.
Dude, it was funny at first, but the discourse has just gotten... like, can we go back to normal hating of India?
I mean, anybody with a little bit of mind hated India way before it was cool. It was just hippie bitches going to Goa and getting shit-faced and or drugged out of their mind. That was the audience for, oh, India, oh, spirituality. Yes, that goes so long as you don't really think about it. Because what is India if not a disparate subcontinent of multiple ethnicities, multiple cultures that was unified by the British, and they have an identity because of the British. And I'm sorry, but the British civilized an uncivilized continent filled with uncivilized people. And the British should be proud of this achievement. Because the wife burning stopped.
Oh my god.
What is it?
What?
No, I just saw some article about how, what's his name? Jimin Hansu? The actor? Says that he's like... Jimin Hansu. He played, I'm trying to think of who he...
What the fuck?
He's always like a secondary character in everything. He was in Blood Diamond. He was the main black guy in Blood Diamond. There. Is that...
Oh!
Yeah, him.
Yeah, he's bitching about he spent 20 years in Hollywood and still broke.
Yeah, that he is not making enough money. And everybody's just sitting there like, that sounds like a skill issue?
Yes, that's a negotiating issue, and that's also the marketability issue. Because you are paid in entertainment based on the dollar value you bring in. And I'm sorry, but I know the guy. He's solid, but he's a supporting actor. He's not going to make bank as a supporting actor. He's going to need to make smart investment with his money when he gets it, and not blow it on hookers and unnecessary purchases.
Yeah, I mean,
I just like it. That's how I said that hookers, blow, and unnecessary purchases, implying that the first two are necessary.
Well, I mean,
for some.
I like how Pug was going to respond to that. I was just waiting to hear what he had to say.
Oh no, I was just going to say on the supporting actor thing. yes, there are supporting actors who have, um, made a lot of money and gotten really famous, but the only two I can think of right off the top of my head are Jack Nicholson and Gene Hackman.
Hmm. I mean, Frankie
So
Muniz made his money uh, from
Ben,
flipping houses.
I mean, what's his face? Ben Affleck too. Ben Affleck
Hmm.
started out getting nothing but fucking minor roles.
Hmm.
yeah, I mean that's how most of them do start out and have traditionally started out. Um, it's just that Hollywood's gotten this culture of, oh, we need the next big star, we need the next big star, but we don't want to have to develop anybody.
And husky dog, yes, and husky dogs. My buddy
So,
said, must invest all money in hookers, blow, and blackjack in husky dogs. Bro, I already said if I find another husky, I'm not bringing him home. I just can't. I can't. I have no more room for fucking schizo dogs.
I mean, you should move, and you also should start that husky sanctuary so your wife can spend the extra energies.
Yeah, I still want to do that once we move. There's not a single day that I go to work that I don't see either a dead dog or cat in the road or one just running around looking like shit. And dude, it's especially here, it's so fucking bad for huskies. It's so bad.
yeah, I and I well, I mean, I will get your channel nuked if I say what I want to do to those people, but
Like it's I don't understand why we have breeders here that'll sit there like on the side of the roads of the flea markets and shit just selling husky puppies, and I'm like, I want to stop and be like, you're fucking stupid. Quit. Stop doing that. But people will buy them. Oh, cute little puppy. And then they turn into fucking four-legged terrors, and then they just let them go. Which they won't. I found Shadow when it was like 100 degrees outside. I found Luna when it was like 90 degrees outside. And they were both fucking dying. And it's like, oh man, it's bad. Especially, even the rescues here are full. Every single fucking rescue is full. I mean, I know why that is, especially in the area that I work in. But, just like you said, if I say why, I'm sure that'll end up getting me nuked.
oh, oh no, I was saying, if I say what I want to do to the people who do shit like that, I will get your channel nuked.
Oh, I know.
So,
And I'm just talking about the area of types of person in the area that I work in. It's
Entice me a little bit more
yeah,
than I'm going to say it.
stereotypical.
I mean, listen, I think that word should come back because that perfectly describes the behavior.
I mean, there's going to be a time, Metro, when that's okay again. Now is not that time. We're not there yet. We're almost there.
I can say it because
Too
I'm
bad.
European and there is no extradition.
What, just like the fucking British saying that they were going to extradite fucking Americans for talking shit about the UK?
Well, they can try. They can fucking try, but
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, the British Bobby ceased being an intimidating presence a long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah, they really have.
Dude, that whole
Man,
area.
I mean, listen. 18 years ago, I spent a week in London. Now, with my mother. Now, I wouldn't go back there alone. Not to mention with my mother.
I don't blame you
Because
every time
because
I
it's a shithole filled with Jeets and others from that general area, and also with British people, with the rest of the British people who are clapping for the clapping and applauding that yes, bring in more Jeets, bring in more Bangladeshis, bring in more Pakistanis, because because otherwise, how will you get a chicken tikka masala? Doesn't and they don't realize it that chicken tikka masala exists because British people, because they look at the shit that the Indians were making and thought, okay, that would be good if it was done properly. And then they did it.
I'm just saying, anytime I hear anything about the UK or its people, it's always fucking cucked behavior. You know, same thing with Canada. It's like you have the people that are violently against all this shit, and then you, like you said, you just have the people that are like, yeah, we need more. But all right.
It,
As much as I love talking to you guys,
I,
I have to take the dogs out.
yeah, I should probably grab
Put the
something to
dogs
eat.
out.
Well, I've got one sitting right here, fucking tugging on me. So I
Uh,
will.
Put on the husky hat and establish dominance.
I will make an effort to try and make it more commonplace that we do our streams again. It's just been, dude, things have been such shit since like December.
well, holidays too, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it's a
then.
holiday slump. It
Well,
happens.
there's that. Then of course the first of the year is usually the worst for me, like in terms of bills and all that crap. So I'm trying to juggle like 16 different things at once, and you know, by the time Sunday rolls around, I'm just like, fuck this. Like last weekend, I was like, yeah, I want to stream, and then I ended up fucking falling asleep for 3 or 4 hours.
Yes, because you're a Mexican stereotype.
That's right, and I'm proud of it. The next stream, I'm gonna have my my sombrero
Don't forget the poncho.
and the poncho. I got some maracas too.
Just,
Yeah.
just make it, just make it like, like a shitty dollar store cowboy hat and like one of those like hardware store rain slicker ponchos, preferably in a safety orange color.
And
Dude.
get a fat uncle with a mustache and a wife beater.
I actually have two very nice cowboy hats up in my closet. It's been so long. Sombrero with the husky hat on top of it. Yes, that'd be the perfect amalgamation of me. All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna call it a night.
Yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat.
And
And I'm
I'll
going to
talk to you
crash
guys later.
out.
yeah, we'll see where we're at next Sunday.
All right, later.
Maybe you started the jihad. Or somebody started the jihad against me.
Yeah, you know that. Oh, actually, I know Pug just left, but next Sunday will be the day before Trump's inauguration, so we might actually have shit to talk
Ooh.
about outside of bitch slapping GW for an hour.
Wait, let me check. Yeah, works. Works for me. Nah, take out the dogs.
Yeah, dog's yelling.
Take out the dogs,
Gotta go.
or they are going to eat the door, and the cats.
Talk to y'all later.
Ow.
And I'm gonna end the stream now. So kind of not underwhelming, but I think